One of the more popular things that people are running this year in Madden 13 are plays like read option, QB wrap, QB power, and QB blast out of heavy panther and other formations. Like as you can see here, oops, wrong controller. Out of split offset, we got read option and QB wrap. It's very popular. For some people, it's their entire offense, literally. If you followed me last year here on this channel, you'll know that I put out a play called QB Power out of Jet Heavy, and it was extremely ridiculous to stop. I didn't see anyone running that particular play for the entire year, and then when I posted it up, I started playing people who were using it against me. Now, as a creator of a play, there's one thing that you always want to do when you come up with a money play. And the first thing that you want to do after you've figured out how to run it is how do you stop it? Well, people were started running QB power against me last year, and the bad part about it was even I couldn't stop it. That's a big no-no. If you come up with a money play, the first thing you want to do, especially if you're someone that's putting out tips, is how do you stop it? And I couldn't. And the good news this year is that with QB power now being a large, people are running it like crazy. Literally their whole offense. These three plays, QB wrap, QB power, and QB blast. And luckily for us, there is a defense for it. There's actually a few defenses for it. I've been a little bit late to the party. We have already got Zan from the Madden Lab, who is... oh, and by the way, for the people that don't know, the Gamers Lab and the Madden Lab are the same thing. The Madden Lab was its old name. The Gamers Lab is now its new name, okay? So we got a guy, Zan, who is now... He is a game changer for EA. He did a play to stop something out of Panther Heavy. I forget what it is, but I'll put his link to his YouTube channel in the description, because what happens is people use different playbooks. Someone's going to use 3-4, someone's going to use 4-3, and you want to be able to have different options to go to depending on what playbook you like. So Zan's got a really good option over there. Also, if you check out our forum at thegamerslab.com/community, I mean, there's other people that have posted their tips as well. Now, unfortunately, they're not in video form. Zan has his own YouTube channel. He's got great videos over there, so you can check that out. But I'm going to show something that I've been using out of Nickel 335. And essentially what happened was I was playing in a league game, and someone was running it against me. I think we were tied. It was like the fourth quarter. It was like 28-all or something like that, if I remember correctly. And I was running around. He was doing real good stopping my defense. Like, he was... What I'm saying is he was running all over with me, and I just happened to pick this play, Prowl Bear Blitz. Let's run, for example, QB Wrap. I would say this year is probably the best of the group, so we'll call that. So what we want to do as soon as we get to the field is we're going to flip the play. Then we're going to press right on the D-pad, and then down on the right analog stick, and that's going to blitz all of our linebackers. So the first thing we want to do is always user control the player that's on the running back. So if they flip the play, it could be this player, but for this particular play, it's this player here. So this is kind of another tip actually within one. A lot of people, when they want to user control their player, they're going to put their defensive player in a spy, in a blue, in a yellow, something like that. Some people will even blitz their guy, which is whatever. What I like to do actually is man him up on the running back every time. And I do this when I'm going to attack the line of scrimmage. There's a lot of times where I like to come in through the gaps and things like that. And I just find by manning him up on the running back, the player in the backfield, if I was to snap the ball right now, which that's actually what I will do, I'm going to let go of this controller. I'm not going to control Chancellor, and you're going to get a peek at what my player is going to do. So as you can see, I got torched because I wasn't controlling them until the last second. But let's take a look at the replay real quick. And this applies to any play, but it especially does apply to this play. This is something you will need to do. So as soon as the ball was snapped, my player, my defender, runs about 5 yards or 4 yards forward, attacking the line of scrimmage. And so what I'm going to do is use that to my advantage, okay? This is something that you're going to have to do. So flip the play, blitz all the linebackers. So essentially what I want to do is stand in center field, 15 yards back generally from the line of scrimmage, because what you want is with read option plays and things like that, you don't know if the running back's going to get it or you don't know if the quarterback is going to keep it. Now, realistically, I would say it's probably overall for people that run it, maybe 80-20, to be quite honest with you. 80% of the time, people are keeping it with their quarterback, whether they're reading the defensive end or not. They're just not necessarily guessing right all the time. You know, some people, they kind of have a knack for it. They can read the defensive end every time, but it's really not as easy for most people. So they're either just going to make up their mind immediately, or you know, they're going to get somewhat of a decent look, but they're still going to make mistakes. So what we need to do is we need to play back here, center field, and we need to attack the person that's getting the ball. If we were to play here, the amount of time that we would have, like we would just get all jumbled up into all this before we even knew who got the ball. So again, I like to stand back here in center field. Not always. I mean, I'll stand over here and disguise the defense as well. But essentially, I'm going to stand in center field, and when they snap the ball, watch. I will control the guy this time. So we come down, we see the quarterback keeps it, and even though I didn't make the tackle, we're going to take a look and see that I don't necessarily need to be controlling. I don't need to be you know, my timing doesn't need to be perfect, because by manning my player up on the running back, he's attacking the line of scrimmage, and then once the ball is snapped, then it's kind of like I can wait 1 second before I start controlling my player. See what I'm saying? And then as soon as I see who is going to, right here, I'm running straight down. This is a prime example. I don't know who has the ball. I don't know who has the ball. Still, now that I see the quarterback has it, and I mean, granted, I called QB wrap, and yes, I knew that they were running this way, but as you can see here, I didn't take that into consideration. I literally just read it. I'm still running forward. I wasn't cheating. As soon as I see he's got it, then I'm going to attack that area of the field. It's just something that is great for stopping these kinds of plays. As you can see, if he handed it off to his running back, it didn't matter. That was a loss of 4. He cuts it out here, and yes, it's only a computer player, but where's he got to go? He's definitely not kicking it to the outside. I don't care that there's 2 Panthers over there. This guy's coming right up. There's nowhere to go. So it's just a great play. This does work literally against all read options out of any formation, not just Panther heavy. So it's quite simple. So again, basically just use this philosophy. If they flip the play, control this player. Now, there is one issue before I continue to go on and give you other information about this, and that is that they might pass the ball. Oops. They might pass the ball. So a popular thing to do is block, say, B and put A on a drag or something like that, or put A on a flat there, or sorry, RB on a flat there, RB there. I mean, there's lots of different things that people are doing to pass the ball out of this formation. So let's just say that our opponent is tired of getting stopped in the backfield. You know, he's like, you know what, we're going to pass the ball. So one thing I like to do is put him in a flat. So put both outside guys in a flat. They're a little mixed up there. They normally don't stand out of line there. We're going to put, because this guy is the faster player, we're going to put him on a spy and the defensive tackle in a yellow. So basically, if they're going to run with the quarterback, we got the faster player. The DT is never going to be able to keep up. So we put DT in a yellow, him in a spy, and essentially, this is what we're going to run. Now, your opponent could be running streaks with tight ends. He could be running slants. He could be doing all sorts of different things. So if he's, for instance, throwing to his tight end over here on this side of the field, about 10 yards downfield, okay, so just be smart about it. Just go like this and put him in a purple. The other thing we want to do is we love to spotlight purples. So if we're gonna, I don't have the quick links on, so I can't remember, but we're gonna spotlight. If you want to know how to spotlight, look at my last defense called max coverage defense, and I do tell you exactly how to spotlight. spotlighting with purples, if they do go to that player and they're manned up and there's a purple, it's lockdown defense. There's nothing that they're going to be able to do about it. It will be an incompletion or an interception. So, if they decide to pass, let's see what we got on offense. Just going to mix it up in general. I'm just going to snap the ball just for fun. I'm not going to do anything. And we're just going to take a look at the replay, and we're going to see, you know, now granted, there's lots of time. Yes, you know, there's, you know, every play can be beat. The more time someone has, the better chance that their receiver is going to get open. So I'm just going to throw the ball away here. Let's just take a look at the first couple seconds of the play. Again, anything is beatable. This is by no means the play that we're showing you today. I'm just showing you what you can do if they start to pass, because we always want to give them the same look. And if they start to pass, you know, we have a route here that it does look open, but look at this player in the flat. He could easily jump that. A lot of people are not patient with their throws. Everything is pretty much covered for the most part. And if you're playing someone that is not patient with his throws, you're going to get a pick. We got a spy over the middle of the field. And let's not forget, we got a user control player. These two guys, I don't know. They're just, I don't know. This is the guy we're supposed to be controlling. That was weird. So we can run around and do whatever we want to do with him. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, you get the idea. So that's something that you're going to want to do if they decide to pass the ball. But you are going to run into people, though. No word of a lie, man. All they're going to want to do is run it, run it, run it. I do have a game. It was Panthers versus Dolphins. The guy just refused. He stopped, you know, he just would not pass the ball. He just wouldn't do it. And if you take a look at this defense here, look, we got one defensive tackle on the line of scrimmage. We got two guys standing up right over, or right beside the DT. And look at this. This looks like the kind of defense you want to run the ball against, but you do not want to run those plays against this defense. So use your brain a little bit. You know, if you know, don't always be too predictable, because they can come out in, say, a split offset, and if you're trying to stop the read option and you're calling a play like this, you know, they can pick it apart. So kind of be smart about it, and things of that nature. So what I'm going to do is, let me see. I'm going to show you first the game against the Bengals, I think it was, where I made some really nice stops. That's where I found the defense. But the first play that I'm going to show in the group of highlights, I want you to look at. It's basically an example. If you look at it real close, it almost looks like the quarterback's going to be able to take it upfield, kind of off tackle. But we have a defender right there, and he literally, on some of these read option plays, is standing there choosing his gap. So if the quarterback was to run it off tackle, he'd be done. He decides to run it to the outside, and again he's done, because literally our player on the outside here is just waiting for him. I forget which one it is. It's this one or this one. Most likely this one here. And just waiting for him, and he's going to make the play. And there's literally nowhere that they can go. The other play that I'm going to show you, is not actually the play, but I'm going to show you Cam Newton's stats in my league game playing against a somewhat stubborn player. He still passed the ball. The game was actually a little bit closer. I had some really bad luck. But he was somewhat of a stubborn player, and so I'm going to show you the stats that he had. And literally, this is all I ran to stop it. And if I thought that he was passing, I put all my guys in zones, you know. It's a little bit of a setup if you're not too fast on the sticks, you know. But it's really not that bad. You could try any kind of zones that you want, but this is my preferred setup. So anyway, I'm done talking. We got a 14-minute video plus highlights. I hope that you enjoy, and don't forget to check out Zan's channel. He does have a lot of really good tips. He was the first person that I saw that had a defense like this. But again, if you're not using a playbook that has his play, maybe you do have the nickel 335, and you can use this to shut it down. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you next time.
First down. The Seahawks get ready to start their drive. They load it up now. Bring out the jumbo formation. 1st and 10. Breaks another. Middle. They've got press coverage all the way. Breaks another tackle. A tackle behind the line. That's a missed opportunity, and now 1st and 10. Swallows the first on the ground. Going to be a tackle for a loss here with the jumbo set. 2nd down and 13. Swallowed up. 2nd down following the penalty. They break through. Tackle. 1st and 10. Going to lose yards here. They've got him behind the line of scrimmage here. 2nd and 13. They tackle him for a loss. It's 2nd down and 3. Swallowed up. 3rd and 5. Back to the running back. The tackle was made. They knocked him down behind the line. Up the middle.